This is our world, diverse, colorful, and beautiful. But what have we done?
The trail that would lead to this extraordinary discovery began 40 years ago in Israel with the work of Jerry Stanhill, a young English immigrant. Trained as a biologist, Jerry got a job helping to design irrigation systems. His task was to measure how strongly the sun shone over Israel.
It was important for this work to measure solar radiation because that is a factor that basically determines how much water crops require.
For a year, Jerry collected data from a network of light meters. The results were much as expected and were used to help design the national irrigation system.
Well, I was amazed to find that there was a very serious reduction in sunlight, the amount of sunlight in Israel. In fact, if we compare those very early measurements in the 1950s with the current measurements, there was a staggering 22% drop in the sunlight, and that really amazed me.
A 22% drop in solar energy was simply massive.
What caused this? Burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, gas, increase the concentration of CO2 and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. In September 21, 2001, the fall of the Twin Towers brought several dramatic consequences over New York, including its climate. The following day, the sky was especially clear, making conditions favorable for the scientist David Travis to see what had happened.
It was certainly, one of the tiny positives that may have come out. It was an opportunity to do research that hopefully will never happen again.
Travis suspected the grounding might make a small but detectable change to the weather. But what he observed was both immediate and dramatic.
We found that the change in temperature range during those 3 days was just over 1 degree C. And you have to realize that from a layman's perspective, that doesn't sound like much. But from a climate perspective, that is huge.
The temperature range is defined as the difference between the highest and the lowest temperature in 24 hours. Usually it stays the same even if weather changes. However, this was not the case. Aerosols such as sulfate, black carbon, nitrate, mineral dust, and sea salt. These prevent the sun heat from radiating back to space, causing global warming. Aerosols have been used as a method of counteracting part of the warming effects of greenhouse gases. On average, solar energy reaching Earth have fallen by 2% to 4%, cooling the world. Between 1950s and 1990s, the level of solar energy reaching the Earth had fallen 9% in Antarctica, 10% USA, over 30% in Russia, and 16% over the British Island. This is attributed to the global dimming. Despite the fact that global warming and global dimming affects the behavior of weather, global warming tends to warm up the planet, while global dimming causes the opposite. This means that global dimming counteracts the effects of global warming. This can be seen as a possible solution to the increasing temperature around the world. But at the same time, global dimming affects the hydrological cycles as it has generated droughts around the world. This phenomenon was mostly caused by the pollution produced in Europe and North America. Also, because of global dimming, the tropical rain belt wasn't able to arrive to Ethiopia. It failed on going to the north, so the monsoon cycle changed, generating no water for plants nor for people.
Possible solutions. First,
Geoengineers are now looking for a solution to this problem by releasing sulfur dioxide in remote zones such as in the middle of the ocean.
second,
Change energetic habits such as using aeolic, hydraulic, or sunlight energy. So, do you want to be part of the change? Or are you going to let the world destroy in front of your eyes?